nicely at the end of it. And the way that can escalate into a physical violent situation is that somebody misreads when somebody is actually angry and when they're just LARPing. And then somebody's feelings really get hurt, and then a glass gets thrown at somebody's fucking head. So I've heard of those situations before. I haven't been in one, thank God, but it does happen.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did we cover emotionally avoidant relationships?
I mean, kind of.
Yeah. Oh, yes. With the video that we played. Okay. And those were all of them that I had.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I started to go down the list, and then I went off on an autistic fucking.
See, I think the biggest issue with toxic
weed and Guinness infused fucking autistic rant.
The ADHD is kicking in.
Hell yeah.
I think the biggest issue with like toxic relationships is the one that wants to leave most of the time can't. And
well, what do you mean by can't?
So, like, for example, one of the most of these will probably have somebody that is manipulating the other person. Like, either whether it's like, oh, I promise I'm going to go to anger management, or this is all your fault, or some other kind of thing, right? And they believe them, so they don't see a reason to leave. And
I refuse to acknowledge that psychological disorders can be used as an excuse to leave a relationship or continue toxicity. I really don't, because it's like, oh, I have depression. Yeah, you and fucking 65 million other fucking people. I think that depression. I think the clinical depression even is overclassified and overdiagnosed.
I think there is one of those reasons that is actually justifiable in leaving somebody.
Have you ever met somebody that said that they're clinically depressed? And then you ask them, well, hold on. No, wait. They say they're clinically depressed, and then you ask them why, and then they give you a list of 10 very good reasons why anybody, especially them, would be very depressed about it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, my mom died, and then my dad drank himself to death, and my siblings got taken into state custody, and they won't tell me where they are, and I couldn't eat or sleep or drink because of the situation, and I was just not performing at work, so they fired me, and so I got fired, so I couldn't pay rent. And now I'm homeless, living in a shelter, and somebody touched my asshole last night while I was sleeping. It's like, those are all very good reasons to be fucking depressed. I just don't think.
But what I was saying, I mean, yeah, but that wasn't the one that I was going to bring up. I was going to bring up like addiction. Like, if you think going to rehab and being single is a good way to fucking make that stick, I think that's a valid reason. Other than that,
if you have a drug or alcohol problem, if you have an addiction problem in general, you have to get that fixed. And I don't care if it's fucking cheeseburgers, scratch off tickets, or fucking methamphetamine.
Exactly.
Don't get into a relationship. Don't.
But what it like?
I don't. Well, and I'll add this one caveat, because 12-steppers say this shit all the time, where it's like you get a plant and then you get a dog, and you can get a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever the fuck. That's stupid. That's stupid. Gradual. There's no graduation of steps to types of relationships. You either are ready or you're not ready. There's no. This is a binary. It's not you're kind of ready for a relationship, because if you don't dip your toes into monogamy, you either are in or you are not in.
Right.
Well, and Will, I'm going to backtrack for a second. You said that any mental disorder, you shouldn't leave your partner.
Yes, and I'll explain. So if you have a mental disorder, you probably had it before, and you probably knew about it, or you were ignoring it. You were ignoring the symptoms. Again, these things should be addressed before you enter a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Well, because and this is a very far-fetched thing. People that have BPD,
Uh,
for example, um,
uh,
like I've seen people work in a relationship with BPD, but also it can be more severe. Like if I can't remember if it's like when you get a concussion, it can enhance the BPD and that leads to physical violence. And I mean, would you say blame the disorder for splitting off the relationship, or like say the person
mitigating. Okay, notwithstanding mitigating circumstances due to physical injury or incidental conditions. So if something else happens, and that on top of a condition that you already knew about, then that's an additional mitigating circumstance. Obviously, there's a lot of people who don't leave. I knew somebody who was very close to me who he was married for like 30 plus years or something. And then he started acting like an asshole. But it wasn't, and he had a history of depression, right? Clinically diagnosed depression. And then he discovered that he had a fucking brain tumor right in the core center for emotional regulation. And a choice had to be made. Am I going to, because brain surgery is obviously extremely risky to begin with. And then on top of that, so you could just lose your partner at that point, or the surgery happens and then it doesn't work because the damage has just been done. So that kind of consideration makes sense to me as like an exception to my no psychological disorder rule. Obviously, because cancer happens. It just happens.
right.
So like because he was a lifelong smoker and he worked in a factory and they found asbestos at one point. So like it was one of those two things. Would you not get into a relationship with somebody just because they smoke, or they work in somewhere where they could be exposed to cancer causing agents? Obviously that's fucking retarded. You wouldn't say that. No. I mean, well, most people wouldn't say that. But that's up to the individual, the eye of the beholder, so to speak.
Right. Yeah, because there are many people that will not date somebody that, say, is a smoker or they have some form of habit. But also, I guess what would also play into it is like, what about the different personality types that end up dating? Like, for example, a narcissist with I just say doormat. I don't know the proper term for somebody that lets people walk all over them. Like if there's a better term for that.
We can just use doormat. It's fine. The common vernacular is usually the best. So,
here's my thing. If I could jump in real quick. Also, hey, Will, what's up? What's up, Gio? I think, Will, I think you said it in the wrong way, but I knew what you meant. I think if someone's using, like, for example, clinical depression to legitimately be a fucking asshole, right?
Yes, I find that a lot of people, well, just quickly, I find that a lot of people use their psychological hangups and disorders as a crutch for their shitty behavior.
Right. But, like, I think if you think being single for the time will help you get over said, like, problem with your mental illness, right? Or, like, a therapist that you see regularly thinks, like, hey, maybe it's not a good time to be in a relationship. I don't think it's a bad thing to end said relationship.
Hot take. I think therapy is a scam specifically for men. I think that having analyzed people in my profession before and after therapy, I think that it works for a specific type of a specific type of disposition, and it leans heavily female. I don't see a whole lot of guys get much out of therapy. I've actually seen a lot of them like go to therapy and then end up fucking killing themselves, to be honest with you. So
it depends on the person, really.
I agree. I think it depends on
I'm sure it does. But I have eyes, and then I look at things and I observe them, and then I go, well, that seems like an odd coincidence. So
I mean, like, but here's the thing, man. Like,
why did Building 7 collapse? Are we ever going to get an answer to that? Never mind. Anyway,
like,
I'm not. I'm actually not MGTOW. I'm married and I have a 4-year-old. And I own property.
We've been friends for a long time, and you knew that I was in a fucking toxic relationship for like 6 to 8 months. And
yeah, actually,
I'm glad that shit's over.
It's kind of funny because like there were some of your relationships that you found out that they were toxic after you were forced to dip due to a relocation.
Yeah.
Like you were, oh shit. Yeah. Quentin had one really toxic relationship.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that one.
No, we're not going to talk about it, but I will say it escalated in the fucking
worst.
Like if I told you, you would be like, Jesus Christ, that's fucking hateful.
But I mean, like, dude,
that's what I said when he told me. I said, Jesus Christ, Quentin, what the fuck? What did you do?
It was that was like when I told you, that was right after I got out the mental hospital too.
Yeah.
Shit was rough. Like, but my thing is, I think that if you're just breaking up with somebody because like you don't want to be with them, then just fucking tell them that. Real shit. I think there's nothing wrong with people being 100% honest and being like, hey, listen, at one point this relationship was great, but like I think we've changed. We're different people. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't understand why so many people are fucking afraid of it. I personally am not monogamous, so I can't really speak on monogamy. I just that. Well, dude, that's because
in my personal experience with people that have been my friends, acquaintances, and so on and so forth, every fucking open and polyamorous relationship I've ever witnessed has failed in the most spectacular and miserable ways. But I mean, again, my advice is only advice. It's not gospel truth. I'm not some kind of oracle or seer. I'm just telling you how it is. What does the world as I see it. Welcome to the fucking Will Kincaid Show, where we tell you everything you didn't know about everything you don't want to know.
I feel like that should be another video about talking about different types of polyamory.
I mean, I'm down to be there.
Don't tell me that you're into the. Are you doing that? Is that a thing that you currently? Were you in one?
I experienced it when I was younger.
Oh my. Oh dear.
And not my cup of tea.
Can I just say this?
To fuck other people while having the yes. So here's how the polyamory situation has worked.
Not gonna let the poly person explain polyamory.
I will.
Let Q explain it.
Okay, you explain it and then let me cook.
Listen, polyamory isn't for everybody, right? Like I am poly, and I'm not like looking to fuck other people. In all honesty, the reason polyamory works for me is Will knows this, and I don't really give a fuck who else does. I'm asexual, so I don't get the horny feeling very often, and it's very far and few in between. So like I, as a person, do not think I should be like, okay, my partner has to suffer with a need that I can't fulfill. So like they can go out and date other people as well. I go out and date other people, but I'm not like looking for multiple people. I'm not going to date like 6 fucking people. Fuck that. That is way too much social interaction for me. But like 2 people and I'm fine. Like, I think that it's not for everybody because like
I'm not going to answer this question because I will legitimately crash the fuck out. But okay, so here's how every polyamorous relationship I've ever witnessed is gone. We'll just use one girl and two guys. We'll keep it real simple, just bare bones. The girl is with two guys. She's sexually involved with one of them. The other is her emotional support cuck. That's how it almost happens. Do they sleep together? The cuck and the woman? Yes. Does she like it? Not really, but it's usually just a window for her to just fucking expose all of her problems and emotions. That's usually how it goes. And you can interchange that with 3 dudes, 3 chicks, or 2 fucking dudes and a woman. It's always how it is.
Okay, but you know what happens? And I guarantee I'm fucking right on this. I guarantee it. There's a breakdown in communication between the partners. Because
the initial communication.
Hang on. What a true polyamorous relationship is when you don't just like, oh, I'm gonna go find someone else to date. You talk to your partners, you get their opinions, and like you don't just fucking do whatever you want. You can still cheat in a polyamorous relationship. Like that's the thing. You can still do that. That is a fucking thing. But like when you talk to your partners and you get their opinions and you fucking communicate things, 9 times out of 10, a fucking relationship will last, whether it's polyamorous or monogamous. I don't give a fuck.
Well, here's the thing: the breakdown in communication is the more with anything, the more moving parts a thing has, the more susceptible it is to breakdown and degradation. So you have one partner and you don't communicate with them, you have one problem. You have 2 partners and you don't communicate with them, you have 2 problems. That's a 200% increase. That's a double increase of your fucking problems.
Okay, but that's why you don't let it get to that. Like the thing is,
but we're talking about sustainability. Go ahead, Taboki.
I was gonna say, in theory, the whole thing with polyamory is you're allowed to date other people. All of it revolves around communication, sharing, and whatnot. You don't have to share the same partner or anything like that. But in theory, it works. But in practice, people are prone to causing errors. Okay, like communication.
Let me ask you a question, right? Because you said you've experienced a polyamorous relationship. Mm-hmm. Was that your very first polyamorous relationship?
I had 3. Okay. And
fair enough. How much about polyamory did you actually know before getting into these relationships? If you don't mind me.
The first relationship, I knew nothing, and I was pretty young. Right. I experienced more of a unicorn relationship as my first experience into any sort of polyamory.
Yeah.
And then the second one was I had gained knowledge and whatnot of polyamory. I thought it was cool in theory. Tried it. I felt left out. And then the third relationship, I just kind of realized I like having one partner to myself. So kind of went through the stages.
Well, that's what I was talking about with sustainability.
Okay, but like
the less things that occupy your time, the more sustainable any given individual thing is. So, the more sustainable, I think.
The thing is, okay, but like there are sustainable polyamorous relationships. I know of them. I know a lot of people who are that have been in this relationship for like 10 plus years now, and they're still going strong. So to say that polyamorous relationships are not sustainable isn't true. It may not, like, listen, I don't think a lot of people realize that they are 100% monogamous until they experience something like polyamory. Because, like, here's the thing. I feel like monogamy has been taught into people for like a long fucking time, right? Like you grew up with one of each parent, or sometimes you didn't, but like that's not the point. Like monogamy has been a societal norm for a really long time. So a lot of people are monogamous because that's how they were brought up. But like polyamory is in its core just about like open communication. Because here's the thing, like Taboki, I don't want to like use you as an example, but it's the only one I have right now. You said in your second relationship, you didn't feel like you were a part of it like at all, right? Mm-hmm. And see, that's the issue, because like for me, when I like if I'm dating two people, I know how to like split my attention between those two people and give each of them what they are looking for, right? Because like everybody's fucking different, and you don't have to date the same people. A lot of polyamorous relationships, partners date separately, and they have what's called a nesting partner, which is that partner's opinion is the one that matters the most in their eyes when it comes to a lot of things. Now, are they gonna just be like complete controlled by them? No, but like they do communicate with that person most because that's their core partner, right? And there's other polyamorous relationships that don't have that. Everyone's equal partnership, everyone's this and that. So like it's kind of like trying to find your flavor of ice cream. You know what I mean? If you don't find the right one and it's just not your thing, then like that's not an issue. It's just I feel like a lot of times people don't, and I'm not saying you didn't, Taboki, because you just clarified. I feel like a lot of people, when they realize like polyamory isn't for them, maybe they didn't look for the other things in polyamory. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because it's it's a big thing. And
I made my thoughts on this clear. I think that polyamory, generally speaking, is cheating with extra steps.
I think biologically, like scientifically speaking, I don't think polyamory works for a lot of people, but that's solely how humans are built. Like obviously it clearly works for other people, but I feel like in the majority, why more people don't do it is because humans are built religiously and biologically. They're animals and they're supposed to, you know, have one relationship because we're more complex types of animals, if that makes sense. But yeah, when it comes to polyamory, I mean, it really just depends on the person. Like Will, it's cheating with extra steps. Q, it's a lifestyle and it's comfortable. I've noticed in a lot of like when I worked at the Renaissance festivals, 90% of the people that worked in those were polyamorous, and I think a lot of it had to do with travel, to be fully honest. Because
polyamorous or swingers?
You know, I asked that question when I was in it. It's polyamory because, like, a lot of them actually do end up living with all of their partners. It's something I never really understood, but yeah.
Okay, here's what I'll say. Final note on polyamory from me. Inadvisable. Proceed with all caution. I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think that it's viable long term. Or well, it might be viable long term, but it's not viable indefinitely. There is a difference. So that's my fucking 2 cents on the rest of it. Christian Carpenter, thank you for the ice cream cone. I appreciate it.
If you try polyamory and you find that you don't like it, that's totally fine. If you find out that you do, awesome. You found yourself a little more. And I think
yes, we are talking about old people here soon. I was actually, while you guys were talking, I was like thinking about what you were saying, but I came up with a banger name for another YouTube channel that I'm trying to get off the ground.
You're very polyamorous with your names of your YouTube channel. That's what's going on here.
Okay.
Well, I have so many that we started and we worked on and then they died because the YouTube ecosphere is toxic, for lack of a better adjective.
Real quick, so 2 things. One, what's up, Hillary? Emails. Sorry, I didn't get to say hi. So the other thing that I wanted to say about polyamory before we move on, I think that you're right. In a lot of situations, polyamory isn't going to work. But like I said, I think the outliers do show like there are people that do make this work, and like I don't think it's cheating with extra steps. I'm not going to shit on you for your opinion, but you know, I just think that not everybody's meant for polyamory. That's just my honest opinion.
Yeah, we were talking about here a second ago, and I was considering it because I thought about it before she said it. I just didn't. There's no reason to bring it up. But like, biologically, it's like, we had a lot of partners in fucking bonobos, etc., with reverse harems and things like that. It's like, okay, things that are natural are not necessarily preferable or even desirable. I mean, like shitting outdoors is natural. I prefer to shit where there's walls. Whoa! I'm some kind of heretic. I like shitting in the shower. Just kidding.
We all waffle stomp here and there.
Hell yeah, spaghetti drain.
I don't mind if I'm shitting in the woods. Just
Play-Doh factory. Anyway, we have videos that I wanted to cover because now we're headed towards the second half of the show. So now we're going to talk about all these old fucking millennials getting what they deserve, especially the fucking women. Carl used to say shit to me like that, where it's like, I can't wait until all these hags with 10 cats come to me for their little fucking spinster shacks, because the property and owning property and all that with the fucking houses and whatnot. So he had this idea where he was going to make housing for spinsters and just profit endlessly off of that and just yuck it up all the way to the bank. But he's getting laid now, so he's not quite so curmudgeonly. So God bless him wherever he is. He was supposed to be here tonight, but I guess he's taking his shit. Anyway.
Everybody, my name is Shelby, and I guess this is going to be kind of like my video diary thing where I talk about what I'm going through in my life and all about what I am trying to get done and where I am in my life. And right now, I've just turned 32.
I want you to, there's going to be a common thread between these millennial women who are 32 years old, unemployed and single and living with their parents. I want you to go ahead and observe the background and just keep that in the back of your mind. What do you see? Just, you don't have to say anything yet. Just what do you see?
And basically, I'm unemployed. Okay, I know there's a whole job crisis out there, but like, if you had asked me where I,
how are you basically unemployed? Isn't that a binary as well? You either have employment, you might have partial employment, right? You might be working part time somewhere, 15 hours a week, but you are employed.
What is this? I just want to ask something.
Okay.
What the fuck is up with like people freaking out when they hit 30?
Well, actually, that's the thing, is that I accidentally stumbled on this channel first, saw this video, and I went, oh, okay, that's weird. And then I got another one recommended to me, 32, single, unemployed, and another one, and another one, and another one. And I was like, why is it 32? And I think so from somebody who is none of these things other than 32 years old, I think I know what it is.
Bald.
It's because by now, a lot of people, like our parents, would have a child who's approaching school age by now. And when you don't even have a fucking job, when you're living with your parents again, when you don't have any romantic prospects at all that you would consider viable, that's the wall. You can no longer deny it. Once you've passed your parents, like if your parents had you at 26 or 7 and you hit 31, 32 years old, you start to realize, fuck, I am running out of time. 35 is basically empty egg carton status these days. I don't know if it's what they put in the milk in middle school or what happened.
Their womb is withered and past their prime.
I love
these girls. Well, the thing is, people think that it's natural for little girls to have their period at like 6, 7, 8, or 9 years old. But I have books because I was interested in this from antiquity. And
wait, time out. You gotta say that differently, dog. That sounds sus as fuck.
I have books on 6-year-olds' periods. Like,
Oh, I have old medical texts. Quentin knows there's a place called the Booksmith, and all they carry is books from antiquity. We're talking 100+ years old. And so I could have gone online or whatever and researched it, but I wanted to have physical copies because I like books. I am the Glubko Gub Glab. All right.
you know you're old. You like books.
I the FBI agent in my computer, so I went to the bookstore.
I didn't have enough designated wham for this, so I had to buy a book.
How much dedicated wham do I need to one of Minecraft server?
Literally, you need like 62 gigabytes of wham.
I know. I'm literally quack right now. I'm 32 years old, guys.
I'm 32 years old and I'm living with my parents and my womb is withered.
Hello.
You don't have any eggs.
They got no eggs in the carton.
You gotta know you are.
Inflation's a bitch,
madam. Hell yeah. Well, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about womb inflation because the thing is, it seems like you have like a specific amount of years, right? It's not like if you get a head start on your period that you're gonna get an extra couple of years to get pregnant. No, that's not how that works.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I want you to have a merch store and I need it to say womb inflation. And
Hell
put Donald Trump in the middle of the womb and just money raining down.
We have the best wombs.
We have the best wombs. 6-year-old child wombs ready to go.
People come to me all the time and they say, Johnny, your 6-year-old wombs are perfect. And I said, I know. Like,
Ronnie, he kisses his daughter like he's eating an ice cream cone. I'm basically saying he fucks kids. That's what I'm inferring.
You're
not thick enough. It's been a while since I've
guys, just remember, guys, the Epstein list never happened.
Frankly, he needs some milk. Can we get this?
We have the best milk.
We have the best milk.
I know dairy products.
I know. People are getting deported.
I go to upstate New York. You go to the Stewart's gas station. They say best milk. Every carton, best milk.
So what's this woman's deal?
Yeah. Okay, she's unemployed. She lives with her parents. She's 32.
And there's 19 minutes and 49 seconds of her talking about it.
No.
Oh my god.
Okay, because
absolutely fucking not.
Thank you, you understand.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Would be at 32 when I was 17. I would have said I would have had a house and 2 kids by now, but not even.
There it is. It's exactly what I fucking said. It is.
Hold up. Pause the fucking video. Nah. At 17.
No. At 17, she would have thought that by her current age, she would have had.
Oh, my bad. I thought she was saying when she was 17.
No,
she wanted that jump start.
Now
she wanted the pre-gay
pedophile. Quentin, her pedophile. Always thinking about.
It's better than 6 years old. Will.
Yeah, it's better than 6-year-old. You fucking weirdo.
He's always talking about fucking children. You can't stop him from
doing it. Says the man with a book about children's periods.
Yeah.
You fucking baby raper! You fucking baby raper!
Living at home with my mom.
Just remember, we at Kink Inc. do not encourage baby fucking. We will laugh at it.
Well, okay. I don't know if you heard what she just said, but this is also part of the deal. I'm rolling it back 10 seconds. Listen carefully, children.
It's by now, but not even close to that. I'm basically living at home with my mom, and
living at home with my mom, not my parents, not my mom and dad, my mom.
How are you basically living with your mom?
No framework for a functional relationship. None.
Wait. Dads. We're judging her. We're judging her. We're not judging the parents. Dad could be dead for all we know.
That is fair.
Oh, there's a pattern. Well,
hang on. I still want to know how you basically live with your mom. Like, are you getting?
Yeah. That's
Are
what
you
I'm
getting
saying.
Starbucks lattes with your mom at 3:00 in the morning? Like, oh my god, yes, clean. Like,
That's like
what are
saying
you doing?
that's like saying I basically have sex with children.
No, it's not.
Clip it. Clip it. He
Hit
said
him.
it.
Clip it.
Fucking
Hit.
4K. Fucking
Chat.
fucking
We got him.
frogs. Atrazine in the water. Fucking.
We have his IP address in the comments right now.
Somebody
Get him.
dox this man. He's a faggot. He's fucking kids.
Let me get Kat to do another funeral for you.
He's a pedophile. Not
He's
that
a
I would know
pedophile.
any of those. I've never been to the famous island. Who said I went there? Is that
I've
Pam?
never
You're
been to
fired.
Epstein's Island.
You're fired, Pam.
What
You
even
get the
is
fuck
the
out
list?
of
There
here.
is no list. I'm on a best list, but not that list. That list.
When
doesn't
he
exist.
said, "Oh, Pam's gonna go through all the stuff and release everything that seems credible," what he probably meant. I am a Trump supporter too, which is the fucking worst part. But he
That is
said that
a-
he said, "Oh, we're gonna make sure Pam is gonna go through and find all the credible stuff and release that."
In other words,
he
my
meant
name's
was-
not going to be released.
All the stuff that it doesn't have Donald Trump's name anywhere near that shit. I just like, oh,
Beautiful.
Anyway, moving on with the fucking video.
And in terms of relationships, I've never even had a boyfriend.
Oh,
I did hook up with a guy
Okay,
at one
come
point
on,
just
time
to
out.
like say that I
Time
did
out.
it.
Time
there
out.
it is again. I hooked
Why
up
are you-
with a guy.
We can't go
Wait.
30 seconds without. Wait.
Why are
Child
you admitting
inflation
this?
room.
Why are you admitting this? Why are you admitting this on YouTube?
That part's never explained. The comment section is full of exactly what you just said. Why are you own-goaling yourself right now? What
Yeah,
is
dude.
happening?
Like, do you just not ever want to be able to find a relationship because you're just outing yourself on main? Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
I live with my parents. And by parents, I mean just my divorcee mom. I have no job. I sleep in a race car bed.
You listen here, motherfucker. That's cool. If I were to go up to a guy's apartment at my age right now and he had a race car bed, I'd be all over that. I was
Yeah.
sitting there pretending to be late.
I still don't remember how old. Are you 24 or 26? Because at 32, if I went up to a guy's bedroom and he had a race car bed, whether I was there to fuck him or not, I would be like, so anyway, I gotta go. I got diarrhea.
That's because your autism isn't good strong enough, you fucking faggot.
Yo, does your beard have mushrooms in it? What is happening? What, are you Radagast?
I feel like just like the title and the like 48 seconds we have gotten into in the last 20 minutes.
Fuck you.
I feel like this all should be in her Tinder bio.
Yeah. Why are you putting it on YouTube, man?
Just put all the red flags out there at once. But
Just for a
anyway,
goof, let's see what links we have in the description.
Yeah,
oh my god, could there please be a feet finder link?
Or OnlyFans. You find her or OnlyFans.
I'm looking.
Spicy Twitter.
No, just a YouTube. Just a
Just
YouTube.
YouTube.
Well, you're just.
What are
boring.
her other videos
Yeah.
titled?
1,000 subscribers. So basically, she blew up over the video we were just watching.
Uh,
And
Why?
it's just talking about like how. Okay, so let's go.
wait, scroll back up for a second to the top 3.
Well, yeah, we're gonna get to it. I'm gonna. We should probably just look at her channel
Okay.
and diagnose. We'll do an autopsy, a piece at a time, because she only has like 12 videos,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
so
When
it
was-
started. By the way, fuck YouTube, because when I started out, if I got 22,000 views on my first fucking video, I would be like, yes, I would have quit my job. I would start telling everyone in public to suck my dick. Because
Anyway,
now it's
Yes,
just
you're
like, oh,
dumb.
you get Yeah.
So,
So,
when was that
anyway, so
posted? When was her first video?
wait.
posted?
I'm gonna go through it one at a time, and we're gonna do an autopsy here of what exactly it is that's happening. This is the video we were just watching. Her first video, 22,000 views, right? 32 years old, unemployed, single, and living with my parents. 32-year-old loser. That's the thumbnail. Never had a boyfriend at 32 years old. So she's grifting off the first video. Then we see this. This is her doing art. Okay. This is why I wanted you to pay attention, because this is going to be a common thing. And she's now decided, okay, I've got some virality. Now I can start shilling my art. One video gets 744. Not bad. I'll do another one. Here it is. 600 views. Not great. 487. Guard your wombs or suffer the ultimate price. Okay, we're going down the black pill fucking route. Regretting my life choices. Yep, that's common. Oh, we got a bump. Let's see here. I am completely worthless and have no one to talk to. This is a complete meltdown fucking video where she starts crying. No, this is I'm going to. She's crying for sympathy on the internet, as some women are wont to do. Let's see. No, we are going to click on this video, but I'm going to keep going because we're continuing the autopsy. We'll look at the specific organs later. No purpose and low self-esteem at 32. It's a severe Taylor-Lorenz syndrome right here. The rapidly aging. If you don't have talent, you're screwed. So now she's like self-loathing. Nobody likes my art. Nobody wants to watch me do my art. Well, it's not that, sweetheart. It's that you started a YouTube channel that got some traction from your very first video. About how you are a complete fucking loser and you feel like putting the gun in your mouth and sleeping with it with your finger on the trigger every fucking night. Totally different thing. And of course, my window crashed. Okay, we're back. Motherhood is a prison sentence. So now we're sour graping this bitch. Yeah, it's okay. I didn't even want to be a mom anyway. Fucking god damn it! God damn fuck! I have no discipline as an adult. No shit.
Hang on, time out.
Wait. We got one.
I know, but I need to know a question before you.
Going in the back. I'm finishing this sentence.
Get out of here.
I'm finishing this sentence if it kills you, Quentin. 1,000 subscribers and the future goals for this channel. So now we've moved into full cope territory. Okay, Quentin, you may rejoin now.
You never answered my fucking question, you retard. What's the month time span? I was trying to get you to say that so that way we knew each video took place in what time. You dick.
I started with that. It's right here. It's on the screen.
We can't. I can't
1 month ago. 1 month ago. 1 month ago. 1 month ago. Scroll up a little bit, Will.
Don't tell me what to do.
4 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. This is all recent news. This is all very recent news. It looks
Jesus
like
Christ.
every week she has a mental breakdown.
Oh, that showed that one
And
just
now
came
we're
out
going
an
to
hour.
watch. We're gonna watch one now.
The most recent one,
Came out
her
1 hour.
latest video of the 1,000 subscribers was from 1 hour ago. That's how recent everything she's doing is.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I couldn't read the fucking
Got you.
time.
Anyway, so we're gonna watch her have a mental breakdown. I'm not here to fuck on this poor woman. I am here to laugh at the general idea of this woman and what it represents. Oh, I'm sorry. There he is. Oh, so cute.
That's pretty fucking gay. man.
Toxic
love you.
relationships right here, buddy.
He beat her. I saw it.
I get beaten every day.
Anyway,
Hell
find Taboki on feetfighter.com/Taboki.
Hey guys, it's me. I just kind of got over crying a bit because I'm really having
Something she does probably every day.
a hard time dealing with the fact that I'm just like feeling very worthless right now, and it's really hard to cope with. I don't want to say that I'm definitely not going to harm myself or anything like that, but I just feel like life is pointless.
I'm not gonna. Listen, guys. Listen. I'm not gonna hurt myself. I'm just gonna slit my fucking wrists live on this fucking video.
I'm not saying I'm gonna kill myself.
I'm not saying I'm gonna kill myself. I'm just gonna end my suffering.
I'm not. Hey guys, do you know what the weight limit on a local ceiling fan might be? Just out of curiosity.
Asking for a friend.
You think this wall is load bearing, chat?
Hey chat, how do you tie a noose? Just asking for a friend. He's going camping.
Yeah, Grok won't answer my questions anymore.
I have no one to talk to. I have no purpose. Like, what is the point of doing life every day?
Oh no,
I have my face.
Oh my god, this fucking asshole is back. Where is he? Where'd he go? What happened?
What?
Where is it? Hold on. Oh, there he is. I don't know what the fuck happened. Okay, check this out. Will Kincaid vapes and eats like crap, and he's an authority on a happy relationship, and his best buddy is a perv. Okay, you bastard. What the fuck does my fucking vaping or my eating habits have to do with my fucking relationship? And also, what have you to say about the company I keep that matters?
Will, I get what Tradewinds is saying. You're an addict. You're fat.
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you talk about relationships when you've been married for how long?
My friend is a baby raper. Quentin, he's always talking about 17-year-olds on the internet.
My friend is polyamorous and doesn't like being
polyamorous with 17-year-olds. He just can't stop fucking up.
My friend Will has a book. It's about little girls' periods. I don't know why. It's a weird book, but he seems to enjoy it. I asked him,
less like Donald Trump and more like Eric Cartman.
It does.
I don't understand what I got a book about niggas, period, guys. You guys want to look at it with me?
That's what I have in my
I just like meatwad instead.
Right.
Oh god, we wanna look at this book about 6-year-olds having periods and stuff.
Oh my god. This video should actually be titled 6-year-old periods.
No, it should be womanflation. That should be
Womanflation 101.
Womanflation.
New YouTube video
Hey,
name.
tell me womanflation wouldn't go hard as a heavy metal band.
Dude, I feel like that would take off. The same with aborted fetus.
You know what? Fuck Prime Pair. The new relationship podcast name is now Womanflation.
Got it. That's the new band name.
Womanflation.
To try and steer this video a little on track, solely based off of this woman, the reason I'm not even making fun of her is because and just by noticing it
because you were her a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I was just cutting myself constantly. So no, I'm realizing. So did you almost break the bong? Oh. Sorry, it is already a band, Andrew. I know that Aborted Fetus is already a band. I have their merch.
You heard the clinking of glass against solid object, and you went, that's my only way to cope with this fucking hellhole that I've been dumped into.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
I need a thing of keys to jingle in front of myself.
Back group. Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Jingle, jingle, jingle. I'm realizing with this woman, so I don't even think the art thing can have things to do with her mental state. I think that could either be a topic we talk about later or a different video. But living with your parents and being single, I'm kind of trying to backtrack into when we were talking about, like, why is it 32? Statistically speaking, people usually have some sort of crisis in their lives about 5 times in different stages of their life. I think 18 is the first stage where it's like, wow, I'm an adult. Okay, I have all these responsibilities and expectations now. When people freak out about being in their 30s, that's stage 2, where it's like, I'm not a 20-year-old anymore. I'm not a kid. I'm not, I'm supposed to be following all of these standards and these roles. But I'm also seeing her videos, like the titles and whatnot, and how recent it's been, for one of 2 reasons. The first one I'm a little less leaning on, which is seeking some sort of fame. But a lot of people clickbait, but I can't tell if this is actually what she's doing, because mental illness is a real thing, of course, and depression and whatnot.
Can I expand on that real quick? Because I have the similar thought. I think what happened was she legitimately did start out with like no confidence, anything like that, right? And then she started seeing her numbers rise. Mm-hmm. And I think something in her mind made this like connection where if people watch my shit, then I'm valued. But when people don't watch my videos, I'm nothing. And I think that's what happens. Honestly, I think this is what happens to like people on YouTube, where they get really big really quick, and then YouTube does what it does and it starts petering you off.
Like, I want to give a post-mortem diagnosis of what exactly the fuck happened here. Got out of high school, had a sexual encounter, decided, I'm gonna probably in college or something, right? Went to college, went to art, got an art degree in college, or pursued an art degree, either dropped out or finished the degree, got a job, lost the job, or couldn't find a job, and then ended up not like having an inflated sense of self-worth, where it's like, I'm not going to get a job outside of my chosen profession. I'm not going to do any of that shit. Oh, it's not working out. Oh, I'm 32. Oh, I'm an empty egg carton. Oh, okay.
Right.
That's my post-mortem. This is welcome to How the Fuck We Got Here Park. Dun 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 dun, 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 dun. And so that is
like,
we're gonna move to video 2 quickly, I think.
Go ahead and say what you were saying.
We can revisit things.
I was just gonna say the reason that I think that is because she went from that video to trying to post her art, and then went back to it to try and get that clout back. Or the other theory I have is that she's using this as a virtual diary to express everything to the public and whatnot. Oh my God, that was me when I was 14. What is happening right now?
She is 32 years old, folks. And here's the thing. I'm going to say up front before we even start this video or say anything else, I spoke to this woman today. I tried to tell everyone that was involved with this that I was going to be covering them, because we are probably going to be fucking on them a little bit. And I don't like ambushing people with the level of cruelty that sometimes arises from my jabs and jests.
I hope you find my 14-year-old vines, and I hope you shit on me. That's what I'm hoping right now.
You sent me a photo of yourself from last year, and it still is pretty close to this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh, God. Can you believe the things that Taboki did in front of the Hague, by the way? What is the matter with you?
Really?
Dachau. Anyway, not the dog, Will.
Hurricane.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's get into it.
You were so fucking mad about all that. I'm sorry.
I will never forget you photoshopping my face as a Nazi, and I'm like, bro.
Yeah,
it was because I used to work with. I only feel comfortable now because I worked with kids up until literally 2 days ago. So I'm like, I work with children. I don't want people to see this, and now I'm like, I don't care. Oh, I don't work in that anymore. No, don't post it. No. We can't let them know what I do after hours.
No, I'll talk to you after about that because now I'm.
You got their finger like hovering over the post button, like it's right there.
She worked with children, guys. She must be a pedophile. There's only
No.
one person that works with children, and we all know.
Bucky, you better come back next week, or he's gonna push the button, man. I'm telling you.
No.
Certified tranny. Certified tranny.
Certified pedophile.
So before we get into the ask Ripley,
Sounds like you're saying the same thing twice. I don't know.
So before we get into what we're about to, I wanted to say to Bucky, I think you're right on both ends because like I think it started out that way because if you look at the catalog, she posts some really weird shit. Like I didn't want to be a mom anyway. So I feel like she's doing things now just to get attention because she has that thing in her head that says if I get a lot of views, I matter.
Which like clickbait is a real thing, man. Like there are some videos where it's like, I did a kickflip over my baby and accidentally kicked it into the Mississippi River. I'll click on it, and then it has nothing to do with that.
Watch out for that Mississippi swamp fungus, by the way. It's a real son of a bitch. COPD is a real problem that we haven't dealt with as a society. Anyway, I can't fucking remember what the fuck I was gonna say.
All right, play the video.
Play the video.
I'm gonna play the fucking video.
We're gonna do a little show and tell today. This is my college degree. Wow, look at that. It says Bachelor's of Fine Arts in Digital Production. Isn't that cool? Isn't that pretty sweet? I've got a bachelor's degree.
Oh no, not this again.
Probably one of my most frequently asked questions is how I got to be this. Why am I 32 years old and unemployed if I've got a bachelor's degree? Am I stupid for getting a bachelor's degree in art? Are all BFAs useless? Why did
Yes.
everybody get laid off? Is the 3D industry viable? Did 9/11
No.
happen, or was that just clever VFX compositing? Should you be a 3D artist? Am I good at compositing? Am I responsible for 9/11? There are a lot of little events that transpired over the last couple of years that resulted in me being broke and living with my parents again. Some of them are definitely my fault. Some of them are due to pretty predatory practices in the industry at large, and some of them are just because the economy is really, really bad, and I just wanted to talk about.
People asked me to draw things that I wasn't particularly thrilled about, and now I don't work in that industry anymore.
Yeah, you know, dude.
Happened.
Yeah.
So long story short, we can't spend all day on all of these, and they can get quite tedious. Long story short, she got an art degree, and then COVID happened, and then she worked at Marvel, and then Robots happened, and now she doesn't have a job. She was at the last straw was basically she was asked to draw something that she wasn't particularly excited about. And no, it wasn't anything sexual or weird. It wasn't like she had a deviant art, and they're like, can I have vor? And she was like, I'm done. No, it was just like, oh, I don't like what the client how the client wants me to draw their character. And it's a choosy beggars sort of situation where you get a fucking art degree and then you're like, but I want to draw only the things that I want to draw. And it's like, okay, well, you know, I went into healthcare. Some of my clients, I'm not particularly thrilled they exist, being completely honest. Some of them don't even belong in the fucking system, if we're just being, you know, upfront about it. And I'll tell you something. I go to work every fucking night and I put my pants on one leg at a time like everyone else. And by 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm ready to kill myself. And by 8 a.m., I've completely forgotten why I was so upset in the first place, because I am on my way to Dunkin' Donuts to get my daily dose of caffeinated beverage. And then I get home around 8:30 and I get to see my favorite people in the entire world. And I honestly, I do this every fucking day. And that's what you should do because it's what everyone has to do.
Will, I feel like it's hitting you a little personal there.
It is. It's just like, why do you get to go live with your parents and make videos on the internet? I wanted to do that.
So something that I had to disappear and go grab because I'm noticing the pattern.
I thought you were checking the bong condition.
No, I was not. So something I went to go grab because I'm realizing as all these videos are playing, I'm gonna do a quick little there, and then a quick little no. We're just gonna do a quick little meh. So Taboki has 2 art degrees.
Oof.
And I'm really glad that I decided to message you yesterday, being like, hey, I finally have free time because this was a perfect video for me. Already, just by listening to what she was saying and whatnot, having an art degree, first of all, don't do it. It's the dying art. I'm realizing, and this is kind of piecing a lot of these things together related to these videos. A lot of people my age, older, even younger, they are getting these art degrees. They're spending all this money, all this time and effort into a passion that they love.
Yep.
You get out into the real world. Wow. It's either covered by AI or somebody doesn't want to pay $20 for your furry art. And that does take a really big blow on the mental state. So that's why I'm kind of leaning more towards maybe this is all personal diaries with a mix of hey, people might find this interesting and I get popular off of it. So it might be a mix of both. But I'm realizing too, and this might be far-fetched, I'm looking at that autistic child area sign in the background. Uh-huh. And the vibe I'm getting from a 32-year-old right now is you're making your mental disability, or even people do it for sexual orientation, the whole personality.
Yes! Yes! I said this on my AI slop channel. It's okay. So what it was these fucking Gen Alpha and young Zoomer kids, they make the fucking paper hand puppet things of the dragons and whatever. I said, basically what I said in the video was, that's weird, but that's okay because I'm a millennial and we did plenty of cringe fucking things in the early days of the internet. And it's okay because it's good to be creative. Don't make it your whole personality though. And that was the whole video. It was 32 seconds long. And so I keep banging this drum where it's be weird, be cringe, do what you what you like. Don't make it your whole personality. And I'll add a second caveat. Don't make it your occupation. If I decided to quit my job tomorrow and try to make this my full-time job and pay all of my bills, that's my mortgage, my electricity. I don't have a water bill because I have a well, but you get it. If I tried to pay all that shit with just YouTube, we would all be homeless today. So yeah, I think that you should just do whatever you can do to make the most amount of money, because they say money doesn't buy happiness, but it's not that it doesn't.
It makes things a whole lot easier, though.
No. When they say money doesn't buy happiness, it doesn't buy. It's not like money then happiness. Oh, I'm sorry, it's reversed on this screen. Money and then happiness. The way that it works is money buys you time, and time you can then convert into happiness. That's the 3-step conversion rate.
Well, so I think and if I could give any advice, because I was actually thinking about going to college for sound engineering, but even that's a fucking dying company now because AI is just taking over everything. So if you want to be an artist, get a fucking catalog, post your shit, get it out there, and either people are gonna see it or they're not. And if people do see it, then try to sell your shit. Understand, you're going to get a lot of fucking weird requests because the minute somebody sees you could draw cartoons, they're probably going to ask you to draw porn. But Or like, just don't fuck yourself by putting yourself in debt and getting something that is honestly dying.
The increasing commodification of artistic medium has led to all sorts of hedonistic perversions. And I don't just mean that in a sexual way. I mean that in the pursuit of paying your goddamn bills, you must commodify your product. Therefore, you must be detached from it at some point and remove yourself emotionally from the artwork, which then it degrades the quality of the final product.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the furtherance of artistic perfection or the pursuit thereof is an admirable thing to do. I don't think that commodifying it makes it and I don't think that it improves it in any way that makes anybody happy. It doesn't make the consumer happy. It doesn't make the artist happy. Everyone's sad. But people they don't want to go put the fries in the bag. But
so
sometimes you just got to put the fries in the fucking bag, bud.
I also speak from experience because Will knows that I make music and I make some pretty damn good music. And I would love
played some of it here.
I would love to fucking, go ahead in fucking music full time. But you also have to realize starting at nothing means you have nothing. Like, I wouldn't expect to don't put your favorite fucking piece of art, whether that's drawings, paintings, music, anything that you're like is your favorite thing that you have made on the internet. And the reason I say this is because you're going to want to hope it's going to bring hundreds of fucking views. And if it doesn't, it's going to crush you and you're going to hate that thing for the rest of your life.
It's that
all the things that I've posted that had the most views are the things I cared the least about. And the inverse is true on the negative end. So
the whole dynamic related to what she was saying, the reality of art field in general is that you're going to get customers you don't really like what they're requesting, but you have to be versatile. My biggest commission I ever got was I was asked to I was asked to paint the logo and the company title on trucks. I've never done it before, but I decided to take it. You have to be willing to adjust sometimes. Obviously, don't get rid of your morals, but also you have to be willing to get into the wide range. With those 2 art degrees I have, that is the biggest thing they taught us. Yes, I see you really like drawing anime, but maybe you should try realism. Maybe you should try anatomy and stuff like that. And that's what they're trying to teach you, is to get that wide range, because the more range you have, the more clientele you're going to have. And customer service is also a big thing. I worked in retail while I was in college. And the biggest thing I learned is you put on a face, you're selling your product right then and there. You need to be comfortable and willing to put on a mask, basically, for the customer. You can go home and bitch them out all you want, but you are not just selling your art, you're selling you as a face to the public.
And you're not going to nail it on the first try. I'm going to just put that out there, right? There's no way you're going to nail that shit on the first try, so just keep doing it.
Yeah.
To be fair, most college degrees are bullshit.
They're a scam. Don't do it. Also, it was just a quick little rant. I don't even know if this is going to show on camera. I made a TikTok. It was just me doodling about repo. Right down there. Oh, my camera's not going to get it. 708.5K likes and views and shares. I posted that a month and a half ago.
Preach! Yes!
And it's still getting likes. And I'm I was doodling this at 4 a.m., eating Cheetos and just bored.
Okay, on
Yup.
that note, right? On that
Everything
note,
I
hang
put
on.
the most effort into that I care about the most never takes off. It's always the dumb fucking slop of bullshit.
Yep.
So I just want to say this, right? I have 2 videos of me freestyling on fucking YouTube, right? One recently just hit 1,000 views, and that's after being on YouTube or on TikTok for like 2 years. The other one is only sitting at 144. I have a fucking meme about hell divers with a song in the background, and it has 11K fucking views.
Yep.
I told you this guy was a prick to Boki. Look at this. Yeah, don't get an education because I didn't make sense. I didn't say I didn't get an education. I actually changed fields. What are you talking about? This prick comes in here every
Just
fucking
ignore him.
week, it seems like, and comes in here and talks like he knows what the fuck he's talking about. And he's always so completely and utterly wrong. I'm not saying don't get an education. In fact, I am trying to instill in my son to get into a trade because then at least he can make some fucking money. Now, it doesn't always pan out. I've seen electricians go tits up, but I said, well, why not? Here's the thing. Let's say that my kid goes into electrical engineering or plumbing or welding or automotive. Those are all skills that if you can't monetize it, if he has it, he'll be able to fix his own fucking car. He'll be able to rewire the electricity in his fucking house. Like if he, like when you get one of those fucking Roku outdoor cameras and it's like, I don't know how this fuse box works. He'll know how that works. If he's artistic and he wants to work with metal, he can always weld something, and something's always falling off your 20-something-year-old fucking Toyota Camry, and you really wish you had gone into welding so you could fix the thing yourself, but instead you have to pay somebody $500 fucking dollars for using his acetylene torch for fucking 10 minutes. I have no this didn't happen to me at all. I have no stake in this situation. No. All I'm saying is I think that trades are preferable because at least they're applicable to your everyday life and can save you some money in the long run one way or the other.
Honestly, I kind of love the idea that Tradewinds is sitting there like in his room like, yes, fester. I love it. I think this is great. Tradewinds, keep it up. Keep talking shit. If it's about me, love it. Learning trades, genuinely, just to go bounce off of that, is so important. The artists, for example, I'm an artist. I dedicate my life to art. I'm in a trade now. I had to leave the job that I did art for because I knew I couldn't live off of what I was doing. And also it was getting replaced by AI. What I did previously is I did design and photography for schools and whatnot. And it was getting taken over. A lot of parents are like, I can just do this for free. And I'm like, you know what? That's fair. Now I'm going into trades. I'm going into a trade that not a lot of people know about, and I'm going to be able to go home and be like, oh, this is busted, I can fix this. And something that the younger generation is not doing is learning life skills. This girl, for example, you're talking about the dread, and like, yes, I've been through it too, where like art is completely gone, it's replaceable, and also people don't want to pay me for, like, they don't want to pay $300 for my Sonic fan fiction art. But that's the thing. You still need to be grateful for what you're getting. The views, for example, I have only like 2,000 views on this animation I did that I was so proud of, and it didn't blow up like the stupid one I posted. You have to be grateful for what you have, and a lot of people don't do that. They're like, well, I did so well on this one, but I put my heart and soul into this. Why does nobody like it? It happens. Sadly, it happens, but you need to still appreciate who's still there and who's consistently there.
As somebody, like, I don't want to just make this all about me, but as somebody that's been doing YouTube for God knows how long now, dude, I'm only sitting at like 234 subscribers, and I get maybe 5 views a video.
As of October 22nd, 2026, I will have been doing this bullshit for 20 fucking years.
I'm not saying don't chase your passion.
2/3 of my cock-sucking life dedicated.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with keeping that passion whether it's for art, YouTube, whatever the fuck it is. But like, don't fuck yourself by just chasing that. Putting your eggs in one basket is a fucking terrible way to go. Like, don't forget, like, for example, I showed the recent fucking freestyle I did to a bunch of different people, got a bunch of different views, right? Got a lot of feedback on it. That's what you want to do. You want to get shit out there, like fucking post it on TikTok, post it on Facebook, post it on fucking Snapchat, post it on whatever the fuck you want, and take in that feedback. Don't listen to the dickheads that are like, oh, you're fucking lame, man, you're gay. Like, but don't fucking expect everything to happen at once.
Will, something
expect the worst.
Will, what I was really hoping, and I'm only thinking about it now, if you found these videos and it was all women with septum piercings, I would have laughed so fucking hard.
I feel so attacked because my wife has one.
Your wife is 32 and single and living with her parents.
I actually don't know how old my wife is anymore. I think she's 29. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I'm starting to agree with Trade Winds. I don't even know how old my wife is. Bro. You want to talk about relationships? You have a nicotine addiction. Your friend is a perv.
You're bald.
You're bald, and you don't know how old your wife is?
Balding.
Loser.
Fucking hairline. It's something like the polar ice caps. It's going back to the ocean. It wants to be with its family. You know, glaciers are mostly water. It wants
Loki, I don't know why you're talking. You're a woman. Your opinion doesn't matter.
I should just kill myself, right?
Yeah, go make it.
I should just leave. Women,
fucking gross.
Disgusting.
All you're good for is breeding and feeding.
I should get back in the kitchen.
Users.
My womb is shriveled. I should have been 6 and having 4 kids.
Disconnected.
Banned. Women's rights.
Hey, you guys want to hear a joke?
Women's rights. This way.
If you want my comeback, you can scrape it off your mom's teeth, Q.
Oh, yeah, well, the best thing about you ran down your mom's leg, Taboki.
What?
You know, I was talking to my wife about something earlier, and it doesn't even matter what it was, but she was leaving to go she's got to go to Walmart or something, and I said to her on the way out, you know why Jews have such big noses? Because air is free. And then she just laughed her ass off, and she goes, "Goodbye, William. Have a nice nap."
William. Have a nice podcast.
I worked all fucking day, so I took a nap when I got home from work.
Oh, how dare you! How dare you take a nap? You
all right.
Always keep them guessing. If you don't keep them guessing, they get bored, and then they leave you for everyone at McDonald's. Anyway, moving on.
This train is gone.
You've made this video.
It's absolutely
British.
Oh yeah, that's right. Also British.
It might be because you're going through.
Quentin, shut your fucking mouth! It's an hour and 46 minutes.
Queer.
The same sort of thing as I am right now, or maybe YouTube has just sent you my way randomly. So apologies if that's happened. But if you are here because you're in the same situation as me, then I just hope this brings you a little bit of comfort.
Oh, right. Talk's very slow. Hold on.
Yeah, speed that up a little bit.
It's car. And yeah. So the novelty wore off.
Are you gonna cry or do you have to poop?
No, I need to get out of here. I want to try something new. You know, it was a minimum wage job. Yeah, I love the dogs, but I didn't love everything that came with it. You can imagine.
Dog walker. We got a dog walker, everybody over here.
So I don't know what possessed me, but I got a job in a dental surgery as a trainee dental nurse. Like, bearing in mind, I have always hated the dentist. I just
Very British thing to say.
no, always hated going as a kid. There was quite a few years, like in my teens into my 20s, where I didn't go, like when I should have.
Okay, what does this have to do with anything related to 32? Where do we go from here?
I'm spamming the button.
It just says unemployed at 32. This has nothing. Does this not have anything to do with relationships or living with parents?
She says it somewhere in here, but we're trying to speed run.
My question though is, why are you complaining about becoming a dental assistant nurse? That's not a bad job.
Are we at a time limit for this?
No.
No, I just.
Oh.
I usually try to keep this at like 2 hours, but if the conversation is good, that's fine. I just feel like we have other things to talk about on top of this, where it's like I don't
Like
want
the
to watch all
topic.
25. Yeah, like the topic.
Would change like a few days after I'd had this like meeting. I could tell she'd been spoken to, and she was like openly, friendly with me, and I thought, yeah, I'm not stupid.
What does this have to do with anything?
So I decided, no, this isn't for me. Great. Back to square one. Let's look for something else. I was getting to a point where I was going in every day, like feeling ill. I had bad stomach every morning from nerves because I just didn't want to be there. So I think I pulled a sickie. And I knew like this was gonna cause a bit of friction, to say like, oh, I knew.
Okay, so long story short, it's the same situation. Went to college for an art-related degree, didn't finish, dropped out, decided I don't like this. Thought that she would go into something else while she was looking around at different fucking avenues of education, higher education. She ended up having to get jobs that she didn't like, that didn't work out. Because she would get there and she's like, I don't like the paint on the wall. And then she got into some relationships. They were basically, I don't like the paint on the wall. Also, like, oh, you have a tattoo of a fish? Well, you must be fucking Hitler. And so it just goes on and on like this. And it's like gauges in the ear, fucking the hair color, the fucking attitude towards everything. And it just goes on and on and on. And yes, she ended up, because she couldn't keep a fucking job, she ended up having to move in with her parents. Same fucking story over and over and over again. This is a choosy beggar situation.
So basically, the pattern here, other than this last one, because I don't think there's anything worse than being a woman and British. But so they might all just be like hive mind mentality. I'm thinking like I'm listening to these women, I'm seeing these women visually, and I'm like, wow, I'm like them. But the difference is, and you can see it online, there's a lot of artists who are like this, the piercings, and they say have autism, or they have like depression and whatnot. There are people that make it work because they continue. They show it on multiple platforms. They change up, maybe not the style, but maybe they'll be like, oh, well, typically I draw my original characters. Maybe I'll just draw like something that people know. That way you guys can kind of look at more than what you got. And something that I'm realizing, I'm not a millennial. I'm a Gen Zer.
Yep.
But something I'm noticing too is, and this is not just with the women in the video, it's also like people I worked with, people I have hung out with or whatnot, and they kind of give up. It's the expectancy that things are going to go exactly like it's going on in their head, whether it's relationships, jobs, life choices, and whatnot. And there's more to it than what they're saying online. They might be spewing their guts out, but there's more to it than just, oh, well, I got a bad client and now I hate what I do. There's more to it. There's got to be more to it. And when you are somebody that is pursuing art, any form of art, whether it's music, drawing, painting, whatever, you have to continue. If you truly love it, it might not be your full-time gig, because who knows? Say you get into a full-time gig with art, you might not like it anymore. But if you continue, treat it as a side hustle, because in reality, you're not going to make a living off of it as much as you would have, say, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But you cannot give up. It's the same thing with relationships, in the sense of, like, I get into a really bad habit where every couple of months I start to, like, get dreadful. I start thinking, should I be continuing this? Should I don't feel the spark that I did the first 4 months of dating. You have to realize that not everything's going to feel the same ever. It's like watching your favorite YouTube channel. I liked them 5 years ago, but they're not the same anymore. Everything changes.
I think the problem, I think it's not even the change. I think people are afraid of change, and they just shut down the minute something shifts. Like, dude, if you really, really are passionate about art and you don't just want to do like fucking Twitter commissions, right? Open up a fucking Patreon. Like, if you have, like, and I'm not saying it's gonna make you a superstar, but like, say you get people that are constantly fucking asking for commissions. Now you have things that they can get, and you have a list of such shit. It's not just a, oh, hey, can you draw Clifford fucking Bigfoot? Like, if it's not on the list, then fuck it, you don't get it. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you get into a contract with somebody, you need to understand something. Oh, unless it's like they want you to draw some CP or some crazy shit like that, you gotta put that customer first. You have to. Like, there's nothing wrong with you being your own boss. Just be a boss.
Yeah, you can't just be like, oh, I'm my own boss. Well, I'm going to sit on my couch and fucking flip through YouTube for 6 days straight, and why is nobody messaging me? Like, you got to put forth that effort in, and it's not even just work, it's everything in general. All because you stubbed your toe, life's going to continue.
My dog stepped on me.
My dog ate my homework. Life's going to still continue. Like, for example, I love drawing anime. Like, you can see one of my old skateboards. But like, the stuff that I wanted to draw, I'm not even getting commissions for that anymore. People are asking me for other things, and I'm like, you know what? That's totally fine. And also, for the record, if you are drawing something that takes you 15 minutes and you're charging $300 for it, that's why you're not selling.
Yeah.
Like, I charge $15 on my YouTube channel. If you guys ever look at it, I have a little chibi opens its mouth. I charge $15 as a minimum. And a maximum is $30, and that's for like more extravagant things.
For real, go check out that channel though. It's fucking primo content. If you fuck with us, you'll fuck with Taboki, I promise.
Yeah, like, you have to obviously know what you're worth. But if your art's worth $15, it's worth $15. It's not saying that I don't value my art. It's like, it only takes me maybe an hour tops.
You know,
okay.
Another thing, and this is just my opinion, and I don't know if anybody else feels this way. When you get into making yourself a business, whether it's your best friend, your mom, your dad, have somebody that can anchor you. Because, like, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with shooting for the fucking moon, dude. Like, but the thing that you got to realize is like, even if you don't make it within the first 2 years, right? You could make it. You could not. Like, there's nothing wrong with having someone, like, don't have them be like, oh, your art is shit and you should feel bad, you fucking scum fuck. But, like, for example, I showed Will my music first, right? And I was like, I want to market this shit. And then I got it way ahead of myself. He's like, dude, shut the fuck up and just put it out.
Right.
You know, and Taboki, I'm sure there's somebody in your life that you have that, like, wants you to chase this, but also, like, grounds you to reality. You know what I mean? Whether just, it's so helpful, man. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I'm not going to lie. I think that, like, when you want to be an entertainer and I'm going to put artists as entertainers. It can be a toxic relationship. And it may not have anyone else in it, but you're being toxic to your fucking self.
Yep.
Because like
I have something that I've been hanging on to for a hot minute that's related to this.
Shut up, you.
Yeah, the reality of the situation is we only get so much time, and my time is extremely valuable. The reason that I do this on Wednesdays at 9:00 is because my son is in bed by now, and so is everybody else. This is why I stream in the middle of the night. This is why I work the night shift at work, because my time is extremely valuable. Because once I had a kid, I realized there's only going to be so many times that I can just go take my son to do something whenever I want, because eventually he's going to be in school and I won't be able to just take him out, because if he just leaves all the time, even if I pick up bullshit excuses for him, like my mom did when I didn't feel like going in on any particular day, he will like fail, and then he'll get held back, and then it'll cause problems, and he'll have to remake friends and the whole fucking thing. There will be real consequences for that. So you only get like so many summers with your child as a child before they're just 17 years from now. Well, he's 4. He'll be 4 next month. But you know what I'm saying? You know, in a decade and a half, he'll be an adult. I've been with my wife for almost a fucking decade, and it doesn't feel like that. When you're married and have a kid, everything moves so goddamn fast. And it's like today, I was like, oh, it's the middle of July. Summer's basically over. Next month, it's his birthday at the beginning of the month. And then at the end of the month, we go on vacation. And when we get back, it'll be fucking Labor Day. And then school will be in session. And we're putting him into a private fucking preschool, because he's excelling and we want to promote that, and hopefully we'll be able to keep him in private school without me having to work too much overtime. But the point is that I'm only going to get a few more Halloweens with him where he's going to want to dress up as a fucking superhero or whatever and go get candy. I'm only going to get, so many more years of him wanting to have a day with me where we just sit, we play Pokemon, and we open cards and do all this fun shit. I'm only going to have so many days where all he wants to do is just be in the pool. I only get so many summers, so many 4th of Julys. It'll all be gone someday. And I won't be able to go back and do it again, because he'll be a different age in a different context with his own life and his own friends. So like when I go to work with the thought in mind that I am here solely to make money so that I can buy time doing the things I actually enjoy doing. Because it's just all a job should ever be, in my opinion, is a means to an end. That's all it should be. Disassociate. Don't get too involved in it. I did that. I'm involved in healthcare specifically with severely intellectually disabled and physically disabled people. And I loved what I did until I fucking took work home just a little bit too much and just cared just a little bit too much. I got my feelings hurt. Then I got actually physically fucking injured by being too involved with my work outside of the fucking 10 or so hours a night I'm supposed to be there. Like trying to help people, manage their lives. And then like one guy wants to get out of the system entirely and be independent and as much as he can be, and not and be in like a group home situation. And I got too invested. You just shouldn't. It doesn't feel right, but you just can't do it because your time is worth something. It's because your time is money, and money is freedom. If you have enough money, you have more freedoms than most people have. It sucks that that's the way it is, but that's the reality. And until somehow we find a way to make universal basic income work, which I can't square that circle, but whatever. Until we live in the Star Trek universe with the fucking 3D printers that can jelk you off or whatever, that's not going to happen. So just go put the fries in the fucking bag and enjoy what life you have left to live.
Preach, brother.
Slay queen.
Hell yeah.
I mean, like with the topic of 32 and living with your parents and whatnot. By the way, I don't know who put the rule on that it's a bad thing to end up needing to go live back with your parents. Be proud of the fact that your parents are willing to still support you. Some people don't have that. And like something could happen to where it's like, I lost my job, I'm having a hard time getting my resume out there, and there's effort being put into that. It's like I have to go back and live with my parents for a bit. That's honestly, I don't see that as a bad thing. If you say are 32 and still living with your parents and you never left or something like that, that's a different story. You're still relying on them. You still have that, like, I'm going to be taken care of forever mentality. And also, like, when you are 32 and you don't have children, it's okay. You don't have to. If you want kids, you just haven't found the right person yet. I would say don't try to have kids at 40, but also you can adopt. You can have many other options to that scenario, I feel like.
Yeah, dude. As someone that was in the adoption agency, that shit needs better parents. Like, you know, one of the things that I have realized, because like I'm not trying to be like, oh, my life sucked, but I've had an interesting fucking life, to say the least. You know, and one thing that I can I've kind of learned to understand is sometimes like shit just life will take your balls and suplex them on the fucking mat, man. They're Stone Cold Steve Austin you in the dick. That's all it's gonna do for a while, and it sucks ass. But that's when you chase those fucking passions. Like, don't. In my opinion, one of the greatest things a passion can be is an escape from a shit reality. Don't let it control your life. But like, if you work in retail and your passion is fucking graphic design, when you're off and you don't got shit to do some graphic fucking design. Make your life what you want it to be. Can't just fucking not. Life is work, man. So you're working to work.
I've always said that if my kid needs to fucking come back home or even just live here or whatever, I understand him not wanting to live with his parents, and we have tentative plans to build a bachelor pad somewhere on the property. I don't know if it'll probably be somewhere in the back, but just build him like a little, just like a kitchenette, a bathroom with a shower, and a bedroom with like a half living room situation somewhere in there, and just let him live out there. He could, you know, I just don't want him to have to worry about like what he's gonna do if whatever he's trying to do doesn't fucking work out, because ideally in your teens, your late teens and early 20s, you should be taking risks because it's the safest time to take risks.
Unless
because they will bounce. No, obviously not, Quentin. I thought I felt like that went without saying, but I guess not. Yeah, but you know, take risks actually getting involved romantically with somebody. You know what I mean? Because that's a huge risk, especially if you're female, because you just have a biological clock, and if you want kids, that's the way it is. And honestly, I think that men have something akin to a biological clock too, because I know once I started heading into my mid-20s, I was like, I'm gonna have to do this soon because I don't want to be so
60.
fucking old and out of shape that when my kid wants to do something, I'm like, have your mother do it. And but you know what I mean? So yeah. But I can keep up relatively well with the 4-year-old at the moment. So I'm glad that I had kids, a kid before it was and I'm going to have to bite the bullet and decide whether or not we're going to have a second one shortly. Of course, it's obviously she has to.
William Kincaid to Electric Boogaloo.
Well, yeah, I'm just creating a miniature army of me's.
Hey, yo, you need a third one so you can have Secret of the Ooze.
Oh hell yeah, Raphael.
You should have
Name is-
4. Put them all
Yeah,
as
and
Ninja Turtles.
I'll just be a rat. I'm already a rat.
Yeah,
I'm a little roach boy. Oh, okay.
But yeah, in a relationship, if you don't feel happy, this is all gonna have to do with like time and whatnot. If you don't feel happy, you don't feel supported, or you don't feel like you're being treated properly, listen to yourself. You don't have to make a decision right away, but listen to yourself when you're feeling this way, because you need to make the decision yourself. Do I want to spend my time like this? Don't even think of, can I do better? Just think about what you deserve to feel better.
If I can say one
Right.
thing in any relationship, if you are a secondary option to somebody and they're your like person, like don't keep chasing that. Like don't get me wrong, when you're in a relationship, you want to prioritize yourself and your partner's needs. And it's great to fill your partner's needs, don't get me wrong, but also, make sure your needs are being met as well. That's not just like a sexual thing. I'm not like, if you're not getting fucked, then like it's okay to cheat. But like what I am saying is like, if you're not getting emotional or anything that you need, then don't be in that fucking relationship.
Yeah. If you are not getting what you feel like is good for you, don't make it seem like, oh, I'm asking for too much. Oh, I'm being unreasonable. Because you're not. You know what you like. It's the same with like how I didn't think I was good for Polly. Like, you need to listen to yourself. I was in a relationship for 2 years and I'm only now looking back on it and realizing, maybe when he told me on the first time I slept with him that he didn't want a girlfriend, maybe that was a sign I shouldn't have dated him.
It's always hard.
I think
It's always hard to see the red flags with rose tinted glasses, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that people forget, or they just don't know, that relationships are primarily work, and that if you're not ready to put the work in, you're not ready to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because maintenance is a big key factor in the longevity of any relationship, even if it's just a friendship. And if you don't maintain these relationships with the people that you care the most about, you'll lose it. And you have to do a cost benefit analysis of whether a relationship is worth keeping or not. And these are all things to consider. But putting in the work is definitely one of the largest considerations.
Yeah.
So, it's like not every day is going to be an adventure with your partner. I know we'd all like it to be, but life is not a series of it's mostly
Life is a
maintenance.
series of
It's not
train
everything.
wrecks.
Not everything is. It has to be. A fucking. You could fuck it up so bad that you might die. It can't be that exciting all the time.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's just brushing your teeth and wiping your ass. You know what
Listen,
I mean?
Yeah.
Life is a series of train wrecks with only brief moments of happiness. Choose who you want to spend those brief happiness with wisely.
Here's another hot take. You know what I don't believe in? Happiness. Because we've been talking about it a lot. I'm actually not pursuing happiness at all, and I've never been happier. Isn't that
You're
weird?
Yeah, when you're
No.
not searching for it, it happens.
No, because all I've been pursuing for the past couple of years is contentment. All I want to do is look around and say, are my bills paid? When I come home, am I coming home to a problem or not a problem? Is everything just the sustainability of my current environment? Is this going to continue indefinitely the way that I'm participating in my own life? That's all I wanted. And I've never been fucking happier. People tell me, "Oh, you've lowered your standards. You don't pursue things anymore." And it's like, yeah, and in that lack of pursuit, I've never been less stressed in my life. Now shit happens. horrible things recently, but it's
Yep.
a lot easier to deal with when you look around at the handful of things that you really need to function and say, are these things functioning as intended? Yes, they are. Okay, then we don't, whatever is going on that's bullshit right now, the catastrophe, this too shall pass. I can abide in this. And you just go, whatever. You just throw your arms up in the air and you get on with your day. Because what else? What are you going to break down on the floor and sob and waste even more time on something that you can't change, that you have no fucking autonomy in? Like a fucking hurricane comes through and destroys your fucking house. It's like it's up to the insurance agency and fucking God at this point. You know?
I don't remember.
I don't believe in pursuing it. I don't believe that it's the ultimate end goal. I believe in contentment. That's where I'm at.
I don't know who said it, but I really started to agree with it as I get older. There was a woman that was talking about how love is a choice, and you wake up and you choose to love that person through thick and thin every day, whether it's good or bad. Like how Will was saying, am I coming home to a shit show? I came home one time and I found my fiance with a broken hand. He had punched a tree, and I looked at him and I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm on my lunch break. I got 20 minutes. Yeah, I choose to love you. I'm going to take you to the hospital. Like, choosing to love someone is not even a bad thing. It's, you realize when you're young, you have just like the feelings, you're going based off the emotions and like the hormonal aspect. And as you get older, that's when people, I think, start to be like, oh, I don't have that honeymoon phase like I used to. And I miss that. I miss that young, naive love. And when you become an adult, I feel like you start to understand that the butterflies and the honeymoon phase, really, it's the beginning of it, but you get to know the person more. You choose to love them because you love that aspect of them. But if you get older and you're like, I don't like how you treat me, I don't like when you do this, I don't like when you do that. If you don't choose to love them, and that's not even a sense of like, I don't love that you pick your nose, I hate you now. It's more along the lines of like, how much are you willing to put upon your shoulders in order for you to be like, I'm at my breaking point. And if you're at your breaking point and you're still choosing to love them, don't destroy yourself over it. Do not break yourself for it.
Yeah. So real quick before I get into my point, I wanted to read something. Nicola H said, Slavic, I'm not going to be able to fucking.
I was going to actually read this one, and I know how to pronounce his name. Slavoj Žižek suggests that we don't really pursue happiness, but pursue satisfaction and fulfillment. Happiness can correlate with that, but people will gladly suffer for fulfillment despite their happiness.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to lie. I think I kind of agree with Will, because here's the thing. This is going to sound really fucked up, but I'll explain what I mean. Happiness is earned. Real shit. And the way I think this is because, like, for example, romance can be spontaneous, right? But, like, if you're constantly a dick to your partner, do you really think they're going to be romantic with you? You know what I mean? Like, happiness is the weirdest fucking thing. And there's something that can fuck up your happiness if you get too attached to it. It's called nostalgia.
Well, this is the thing. Happiness and contentment are both abstractions.
Right.
They're not actual tangible things. However, one of them is more tangible than the other, and one of them requires less maintenance, and that's contentment. Because contentment requires you most of the time to do the things that you were going to do anyway, for reasons outside the traditional parameters of your simple biological processes. So, but the pursuit of happiness is such a far-fetched and subjective abstraction that it's like, what even is that? And do you even know what would make you happy right now?
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question then. because I think you're wrong, and I don't think why you don't see why you're wrong. You yourself, like 5 minutes ago, said the only reason you go to work is so that way you can continue to do cool shit with your son. Therefore, you earn that money, you earn that happiness.
Yeah, well, again, like I said in the beginning, the correlation between happiness and money is actually time as the middleman. And what I'm really after is time. The fact that money can buy some of that is only a 21st century sort of modern innovation. Whereas like medieval peasantry, time was in a surplus. The 24-hour work, or I'm sorry, the 8-hour workday hadn't been invented yet because nobody invented the fucking clock. There was no time clock to push. It's sun up, sun down, sun sets around this time, and we're gonna ballpark it. And hold on, I got my hourglass in. We're fucked. So it's like a lot of the things that we consider like, time in and of itself is a relatively new invention. It's not that it wouldn't exist independent of humanity, but the way that humans interact with time is much different now because we have access to clocks, basically. And so our relationship with time is completely distorted by the very idea of an hourly wage. And even salaried people have this issue because then they end up working overtime hours without getting paid. So even if you're salaried, the concept of an hourly wage never really goes away. As if you can convert an hour of your time into money and have it be equivalent if all people are getting paid the same, but putting in different levels of effort. That's retarded. It doesn't work, and I hate it, but that's the way it is. So if we were talking about, a couple hundred years ago, you could have all the time in the world to spend with your family if that's what you wanted, or pursuing other extracurricular activities. But we don't have that anymore because we've gamified productivity and we've added a fucking time clock to the situation. I don't like my life being a time trial event or a quick time event. Yeah, what's going on?
Nicholas said something else.
I think what Will is referring to is the distinction of kinetic pleasure, immediate, intense, fleeting pleasure, the catastemic pleasure, state of tranquility, having your needs met. Well, the thing is that everyone's needs vary to some greater or lesser degree. The degrees to which they vary have the gaps have shifted essentially. So I'm not talking about like hedonistic, immediate gratification, right? Like the dopamine box that you're probably watching this fucking video on. What I'm talking about is like, as far as my needs, I'm a man, so I have very low bar, a low threshold for what my needs entail. But I wouldn't say necessarily for most men that family time is a need. Mostly because the very concept of the nuclear family no longer really interacts directly with modern life. Because we're not talking about Ted Bundy where he works at the fucking shoe store and he comes home every night to his wife and his 2 kids who all don't appreciate him or whatever, and he could have gone pro if it wasn't for his bum knee or whatever the fuck it was. We're talking about a situation now and our current era where people are coming home to basically nothing every fucking day. Right now, the fact that I come home to anyone at all is gravy on the simple, uncomplicated end of the Maslow hierarchy of needs fucking spectra. So not just the tranquility and having my needs. That all I need to do is not come home to a problem. Okay, Taboki, it's your turn to talk. I've bloviated enough.
I just wanted to clarify. Are you talking about Ted Bundy, the serial killer?
Did I say Ted Bundy? I meant Al Bundy. Fuck, I did that again.
I'm like, wait a minute.
No, Married with Children. It was a sitcom in the 90s.
Okay, because I'm like, Ted
Did I
Bundy murdered a
No,
bunch of women.
I meant Al
like,
Bundy. I do that all the
God, I
fucking
want my life
time.
to be like Ted Bundy.
And we also have a Tom Bundy now too, from a different person who's involved in our fucking circle. Anyway, I'm sorry. You're right.
That's why I was just really confused for a minute. I'm like, I've watched a lot of documentaries on Ted Bundy. I don't know if he had 2 kids and was married in a very like nuclear family scenario.
No, I should answer this question. I didn't move her to the bottom because she's a woman. I moved her to the bottom because she is one.
Boom. Suck it.
I assume.
Women. Hot tour. Spit on that thing.
I just want to put this out here. I think fucking Vine was the catalyst that put us in the bad timeline.
Yeah, the beginning of the end was Will Sasso and his fucking lemons.
So here's why I say this, right? Because Vine started something and TikTok fucking threw the torch into outer space. Instant gratification became very, very popular very, very quickly, especially when 2020 happened because we had nothing to do. And now it's just kind of everywhere. Everyone's fucking watching TikTok while they're pooping or YouTube while they're driving the car, which please don't be commenting when you're driving your car. Pokemon Go rules still in effect. Pay attention when you're fucking driving.
Yeah.
And
What?
I think some of the problem with relationships nowadays is there's that instant gratification of the first few months. And because you can't realize that like that's not over just because it's not constant, really fucks people.
And like something to add on to that, Q, something also that a lot of people, not even just like the younger generation, I think it's all generations have this problem. And also communication is extremely important in a relationship. Like when people are feeling distant from their partner or they're feeling like they are like completely out of sync, I have seen so many people in all range of ages not communicate it and just end it. Like, and with the older generation, for example, it's really instilled into like, I'm the man. I don't have to have feelings. Communication is stupid. Millennials, I feel like a lot of it has to do with like the niche mentality of like, you should already know. I don't need to communicate this to you. You should just already know this. With Gen Z, a lot of it is no communication whatsoever. Just like, I live with you. I guess I love you or whatever. I just kind of want something around. And it is
furniture.
You're just basically
spouse.
Just a furniture spouse. And I'm sitting here like, if I have learned anything as getting older, and I'm no professional, this is just stuff I've experienced, but like as I'm getting older, my point of view on relationships has changed from when I was a teenager to now as a 20-year-old. Like,
you mean Taylor Swift was full of shit?
Shocker.
She
the
fucking
Swifties
lied
were
to
wrong.
me, that stupid bitch.
So one of the things that I have learned from every single one of my relationships, real shit, is
it was always your fault. No, go on.
It's only you, Q. Everyone poops but you. You're a freak.
Dude, okay, it's not my fault. God deemed me to not have a butthole. Anyway, what I was saying was, if your partner is never willing to compromise, or even like, for example, you're constantly having to do their ideas.
Oh, I should say quickly, you shouldn't ever compromise. You should always cooperate and negotiate. Go ahead.
Okay. Anyway,
There was a difference.
thanks, Will. You fucked up my train of thought.
I know. I'm so sorry.
I hope you fucking
Can we
fall
pull
down
up
the stairs.
Tyler Drake's comment real quick? I have an answer.
I don't know.
What's that thing that you can find in a man's pants but not a woman's? Respect.
Oh.
Anyway, continue.
A penis.
So what I was saying was, if they're not ever willing to like fully hear out your ideas,
Oh, I get it. Have penis. Or maybe I don't. I think I'm wrong. Anyway.
pockets.
Yeah.
Shit, you're right.
Bro, I as a gift to my wife, I sewed pockets in her at all of her dresses once.
All right.
That's love.
I was
That's
on a-
actual love.
Cause bitches love pockets in dresses.
bitches love cannons.
Bitches love. That's it.
Get that bitch a cannon. Bitches
Get that
love
bitch
cannon.
in. Anyway, continue, Q.
At that point, I feel like if they're doing that, they're just in control, and this isn't a relationship; it's a dictatorship.
Like,
Unless, like, you have specifically went into kinky relationship,
Jesus
which is
fucking Christ. I hate to derail, but Jesus fucking Christ. In my marriage, I never compromise. We argue. I'm shown to be right, and then he ignores me for half an hour, and then he insists we have sex.
I love you,
facts.
Nicola.
Wait a
Facts,
minute.
but flip the roles.
Am I talking
I
to a
see it,
woman
too.
now or a gay man? Because Nicola might be able to go both ways.
That's true.
Maybe Nicola does go both ways.
We never know. We don't judge. We just complain.
We listen and we don't judge.
We listen and we don't judge. But like something that also to do with like the compromising or not is something that also a lot of people don't realize is when you're in a relationship, there's a difference between changing your partner or yourself and growing as a person together. Because a lot of people I've seen, again, in all ages, that are like, oh, well, he's trying to change me, da 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 da. Well, what he's trying to get you to do? Well, he's trying to get me to do the dishes. Say you're like a 45-year-old person and you don't know how to like wash a dish, or you don't know how to say, I don't know, iron a shirt, which surprisingly that's not a thing anymore. But like they're not trying to change you. They're trying to teach you something. When you're growing as a person, say like when you're a teenager and you get together with a person, you're like, well, yeah, I used to, smoke weed and hang out in the back of a McDonald's parking lot and, listen to ICP.
Oh, God.
And then you grow as a person. You're like, yeah, I have a desk job. I still like ICP and I work on music on the side or something like that.
You're apologize. Not like ICP.
Oh my God, this again. Nope, gay man. Okay, based, cool.
Based.
I refuse to argue unless I have my sources, but we argue about stupid shit. Last argument we had was on what consists theft by finding in Canadian law. Do you just wake up every morning and choose violence?
Dude,
Yes.
I love Nicola. You have no idea. This man is a
10 out of
brilliant
10.
What is happening here?
Dude, I'm streaming on my channel. I haven't seen Nicola in fucking years. It's good to see you, man. I'm glad you're alive.
Nicola, you should change your channel name to The Perpetual Pedant. That would be a more... Because I've never heard a more fucking pedantic thing in my entire life. That
Hey,
is
man,
literally the most pedant. You're pedant maxing right
Hey,
now. I can't
hey,
even.
don't yuck his yum. I'm sure this,
I'm not going
hear
to.
it,
I had
dude.
no intention of.
that's what you're doing right now. You're kink shaming.
You're kink shaming. Will,
Will,
we
Will.
don't judge. We listen.
Kanye West is
Christ's
cooked,
sake.
dog.
No,
Kanye is cooked.
Will, thoughts on Kanye West? I think he's black.
He
So
fucks his cousin, and he's proud of it.
remember what I was gonna say earlier. I
I hope you do.
killing me now because it was important, I thought, but apparently it wasn't that important.
Haha. Fuck you. That's what
When
you
it
get for
comes
doing
back,
it.
when it comes back, just interrupt whoever's talking.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice. God damn it!
No,
Hey, Smoke.
yeah.
I was actually gonna ask, like, so you came from a different platform before YouTube, and now you're on YouTube. Like, which one are you liking better?
I like both of them for different reasons. Like, I originally came from reality.
Mute daily, everybody. AFK daily.
No, it was send me money so I drink my liver away. Like, that was more what I was doing.
Yeah. Well, I know, but that's what everyone does on reality.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's the mute daily because I need gotcha fucking tokens.
Yeah, with reality, it was really easy to get views and it was really easy to gain a platform. I had a really big following, but my issue with it was I was very limited to what I could do. I couldn't, and like, it's not always about money, but like, I was getting a lot of gifts and a lot of that kind of stuff, and I could only use it within the app. And I told people to stop sending me stuff because you're just benefiting the app. You're not supporting me. And a lot of people were like, yeah, we want to just support you. We don't want to, we don't want to pay for like this app any more than we have to. With YouTube, it's a lot harder to gain a platform. But the amount of things you can do are very widespread. Like, obviously you can't, sell porn on YouTube or anything, but that's not what I'm going for. Shockingly.
You can.
You could. We've all seen Two Girls, One Cup.
Check out my totally legit link tree.
Yeah, link in bio.
Look, you can't link to the OnlyFans, but you can link to a link tree that links to the OnlyFans.
Yeah. But something that I'm realizing with YouTube is because I'm looking for something more long term. I love streaming. I love making content, and I love being able to communicate with people on a large platform. Linux, you have to pay me. The longer term goal is just to make content, and if people watch it, awesome. I was literally just celebrating with our channel on 190 views. And that kind of relates back to before, where I'm like, you have to be proud of what you got. Like, yeah, I'm happy we even got 15 on one, because I'm like, we could only advertise so much. So it's a lot of like shifting, but I'm feeling like I'm actually pursuing something that could be a longer term thing. And that's kind of nice. And also, reality has so much drama, which that was always something that I thrived on.
And
literally
fucking weirdos, weirdly possessive, fucking like parasocial. I don't know what is happening. Shit.
Yeah, I want to get. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'd love to. Like, I talked to you about this earlier. I want to get you and the guys on and just fucking talk and shit.
Yeah.
But like, one thing that I can commend like all of you guys on is like, the friendship isn't forced. And like, I feel like a lot of time when friends start a YouTube channel, they have to play up their friendship. You guys just fucking turn the replay button. And it's really ridiculous.
It's kind of aggravating having to pretend to like you every time you're on.
Yeah, it's like pulling teeth. Nah, it's something that like we're kind of treating this more of like, we want to show our friendship and whatnot. We've all talked about how like we don't need to record together and whatnot, but I'm like, no, we work well as a group, and I think we are more ourselves when we're with everybody. And that's something that like I love all of the people that are a part of the council. It's really fun to get to like record and to just show like, yeah, we're just goofy together, and we just want to like include everybody into our conversations, because it's kind of like how when I introduce somebody to our group, I want you to feel included, and I want you to, make friends, socialize. One of the biggest things that I think is really hard in this day and age is not being able to find people that are more like you because of limitations. Like, we don't censor a lot of what we say.
No third spaces. There aren't any third spaces anymore. You just go to work, you go home, and then you die.
Yeah.
Like, one of the things that I really appreciated was I got to play Repo with you guys a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the most fun playing that than I've had in like any video game I've played in a while. Because like at one point it just evolved into us blowing each other up.
Yeah, it was just like, let's just goof around. And like, I see it a lot in a lot of like long-term big YouTubers to where they tried really hard to pursue this character. And that's something I did on Reality, is I pursued a character. But now that I'm on YouTube and I'm being more comfortable with myself, I don't have to put on a facade. Like the whole, I need to be this ideal person in order for people to like me. I'm at the point now where I'm realizing you either like me or you don't. And that's okay. Like, hate comments, I've gotten them plenty of times in my life. They hurt more when I was faking it than now me acting like myself.
Yeah, and
I totally
like
get that. And I remember having a conversation with you along those lines on Reality.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this one situation that I'm not going to get into because it was very weird and possessive. I was like, what's this deal? And he's like, oh, he's actually kind of like part of my character.
Yeah.
And like, I do this thing. And yeah, so it's like, it just seemed so weird and out of place. I was like, okay. And sometimes I had problems distinguishing what was the character Toboki and who was the person.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know you from anywhere else, so I have no contact. So I'm like, you know, aging millennial discovers VTuber app that pays in gotcha tokens for the VTuber app.
Dude, one of the best things was I actually streamed with Toboki a couple of times. And I think I don't know if you did the coin thing or not, but you like put out a little thing. And all we had to do was like just give me ideas to sing in Carl Weezer.
Yep. And we were just shooting the shit, and like it's getting to the point now, which I have something to say about that person related to that incident. Speaking of like relationships in general.
I didn't really like get into it because
it's anonymous. We're gonna keep it super anonymous because no witch hunting out here.
That you might be in danger if he got angry enough.
Yeah, you never know. Okay. Just don't blink. Fun fact, Will, just to give you. Oh wait, Q know who this is. They are no longer on Reality. They got caught, 1, cheating on their IRL partner, and 2, bullying minors and basically sending out witch hunts. And that is a big thing that I don't do, even though I would really like to, because this person works with children and was very, very rude towards minors in many aspects, and I'll keep it at that.
I thought you were going to tell me he had like 6 kids in his basement. I wouldn't be
surprised. No, but yeah, that realizing now, and it's actually taken me a lot longer than just Reality. Like, I used to work Renaissance festivals, and I used to play a character. I have based almost my entire personality off of characters I play, and now I'm finally at the point where I'm like, I don't want to play a character. I have no idea who I am now. And now that I've swapped over to YouTube, found a group that I really enjoy being around, and just being able to accept the things that I am producing content-wise has really made it a big difference in my mental state.
It's like, I'm a chameleon.
Yeah.
Oh, so what color are those?
Yeah, which one was this one again?
Not to suck your dick, but like real shit. My favorite video on the Council YouTube page is your Let's Date Everything play, because like don't get me wrong, you guys are an awesome group, but like the fact that you literally do show like you don't really give a fuck what anybody thinks.
Mhm.
That's how you've shown that evolution a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're not afraid to do things on your own just because you found a group that you rock with.
Yeah, and that actually does have to do with this whole like premise of this video is like, for example, don't change who you are personality wise based off of whether it's your audience that you're producing to, whether it's your partner, or just like who you're around. Obviously, if you're like working with kids or retail, don't be a dick, but you know, like you can put on a face for certain aspects of your life, but you shouldn't do it 24/7 because it will destroy you eventually. It will break you down.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that I would want people to take away from this episode is that, like, you can just have a hobby. It's okay for something that you're doing. I feel like a lot of people feel like they have to justify their hobbies by commodifying it and trying to make it into a profit thing. Because, like, a lot of people's parents now are like, why are you building Legos? How is this making you money for your family? Shouldn't you be in the mines?
Right, yeah.
Children yearn for the mines.
Send them to the mines.
That happens a lot with dudes where it's like they turn their hobbies into occupations, not because they needed the money for it necessarily, but just because they didn't want to be called a fag. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, no. All these toy figurines that I paint is actually for I sell them. That's what I do with these. I don't.
Hey yo, fuck
No,
you.
I don't.
Warhammer is fun to play.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. I don't. God damn it.
I don't give a fuck.
Smokey's-
If you want to hate on me for liking Warhammer, go right ahead. That shit's fun.
Smokey's here. Speaking of video games, I am looking forward to when I have some money getting Helldivers 2 and playing with you, Carl. I'm excited.
You guys play fucking Helldivers, dude. All you had to do was
No, we
say
don't.
that.
Well, no, we don't. We talked about it like a year ago. And then finally, like, we've gotten to this point where everything is stable enough in both of our lives, and it came up again. So, and it
Dude.
has crossplay. I do not. He has a PS5. I do not have a PS5, but Helldivers 2 has crossplay. So
Yes.
at least there's that.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Helldivers. It still pisses me off.
And manage democracy.
It still pisses me off that one of my most viewed videos is a fucking Helldivers meme, dog.
Did you
Yeah.
fuck the alien? Fuck that bug?
You know, like one of the
That's a clip. It's just
no, so I play. Let me see which one it is. Actually, hang on. Fuck.
But yeah, moral of the story: don't change yourself unless it's for
Well-
the better.
Unless you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, if you're a piece
No.
of shit narcissist and you groom people, don't do it. Get
Okay.
A
out.
wild heart.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. I just realized. Never mind. Story for another time.
I didn't do anything. What are you talking about?
Not you.
womp womp.
I just realized somebody might get mad about that statement, but I promise you, whoever's offended out there, she has no idea why that's fucking hilarious. So
Oh. Did I call out somebody I didn't mean to? Just don't
No,
be a
you
piece
did-
of shit.
No, it's just never mind. I can't even get into it. I'll have to-
But anyway, it's almost midnight. I'm gonna
Yep,
call it.
is. Me too.
Yep.
I've been good for a hot minute. The conversation was good, and now
It
it's
is.
over.
And now you're
Okay,
done.
everybody, and now we're done. We'll talk off stream tomorrow when there's the fucking sun is outside and shit. And if you have time next week, we can do this again. If not, then oops.
Oops.
All
Depending on
right.
the topic.
Yeah. All right. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Bye. We'll see you next week. Thanks for being here. Oh, camera's still on.